Today on Max Handy Gadgets, we're making a delicious Italian spaghetti frittata with smoked ham and plenty of cheese. So let's get started. Alright, to get started making our delicious Italian spaghetti frittata with smoked ham and plenty of cheese, for the main ingredients we have 2 cups of smoked ham that we cubed up. And over here we have a cup and a half of button mushrooms that we're going to add to that and make it taste good. And back here we have about 2 cups of green and red bell peppers and onions. And over here we have 5 nice large eggs. Yep, that ought to make it taste good, right? And up here we have a cup and a half of grated Parmesan cheese. And back here we have a cup and a half of cheddar cheese. And here we have a cup of mozzarella cheese. Boy, that's going to be cheesy. Now that does sound good. Also, we have 2 cups of diced tomatoes that we're going to put in there. Yep, okay. Now a 1/4 pound of angel hair pre-cooked spaghetti. Now that ought to be tasty. And for the seasonings, we have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, right? And 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes. That ought to make it taste good. Okay, let's put some of this aside. Alright guys, we have our 5 large eggs. Now you could dump this right in your spaghetti, right? But I find it harder to mix that way, and some people do that, but I like to mix it up with all our seasonings first and then put it in our spaghetti, right? Okay, let's go ahead and take all our nice seasonings and put them right in there. Beautiful. Now we're going to take about 1/3 of our grated Parmesan cheese and put that right in there. Just like that. And we'll add 1/3 of our grated cheddar cheese, put that in there. Okay. I know what you're thinking, where's the mozzarella cheese? Right here. We're going to save that for on top, right? Okay, let's put this aside. Okay, let's grab a spoon and we'll mix that up. Okay, now we're going to take a few of our red and green bell peppers and onions and we'll put them right in there just to color it up a bit. Okay, and just a few of our diced tomatoes. And we'll go ahead and mix that in. Okay, there you go. Alright guys, let's start cooking our delicious Italian spaghetti frittata with smoked ham and plenty of cheese. So let's get started. Alright guys, we're using our large cast iron skillet here today. So let's set our burner to medium high. And we'll put a little oil in the pan. Okay, now we're going to take most of our red and green bell peppers and onions. Now save a few of these for on top, right? So let's go ahead and put them in there. Okay, we'll save these for on top. Now we want these to be a little bit crunchy, you know, don't overcook them. Now let's move these to the side, they're almost done. And we're going to take our mushrooms and put them in there. And 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, put that in there. Look at the size of that mushroom, beautiful. Okay, now when your mushrooms release most of their water, now if these were fresh mushrooms, you would keep stir frying these first before you put in your vegetables. and get them nice and tender, right? But these are canned mushrooms, so it works out good for us. And they're big ones, really nice ones. Okay, they look to be pretty good. Now we're going to add most of our smoked ham in there, right? Now this is already pre-cooked, so we don't have to cook it. We just want to heat it up good and brown it. Now save some of that for on top, right? Mix them in. Okay, they look perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and mix it up. Boy, doesn't that look nice? Okay, now we're going to lower our temperature to medium. And we're going to take all our spaghetti. Now this is about a 1/4 pound spaghetti. And we're going to put that right in there. It's angel hair spaghetti. Okay. Now we're going to mix that in. Look at all that ham and all that good stuff in there. Beautiful. This is going to taste good, guys. Did you see that piece of ham? He almost flew out of there. Yeah, he's a jumping ham. Okay. Okay, you know I ought to save that big mushroom for on top? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Now once you get your spaghetti, your ham, and your green and red bell peppers and onions all nice and mixed together like this, take your nice egg mixture, right? And make sure you mix it up a little bit. Just like this. Okay. And we're going to pour that right in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix that up. Make sure you lower your burner temperature to medium-low. And we'll go ahead and mix that up. And it helps to have like a rubber spatula and go around the edge. Spread out your ingredients a little bit, make it look nice. Boy, does this look nice, and it smells wonderful. Okay, now we're going to take our grated Parmesan. Now this is about a cup, right? And we're going to put that right in there. Sprinkle that on there. Now normally that'd be enough cheese, but no, we're going to go ahead and add some more mozzarella cheese on top of there. Told you it was going to be cheesy. And like that's not enough cheese, you know, we're going to add some cheddar cheese. So that's 3 kinds of cheese in here. Now don't use it all up yet until we get our toppings on. Okay, now we're going to take some of our red and green bell peppers and onions, and we're going to kind of spritz them on top here, make it look pretty, right? Now we're going to take some of our nice diced tomatoes and put them on there. Okay, that's all our nice diced tomatoes. Now we can put what's left of our peppers and onions on there. Okay. Now we're going to take what's left of our smoked ham, yep, and kind of spritz that on there. You know, make it look nice, right? Kind of put them around, make it look nice. Remember, this is going to feed like 6 people, guys. What else is new? I always start out small, and this thing turned into like a huge panful, right? Okay, let's put what's left of our mozzarella cheese on there. Yep. All right. And we'll sprinkle what's left of our cheddar cheese on top. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and dust that with a little bit of parsley flakes, not much, just a little bit. And a tiny bit of oregano. Put that on there. Okay guys, our frittata is starting to firm up around the edges. So we're going to go ahead and shut off our burner. And we're going to put that in an oven at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. Okay guys, here it is, right out of the oven. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Boy, is that tasty smelling. I wish you could be here because it really smells good. And look how nicely colored that is around the edge. It's perfectly done. Beautiful. Nice and firm. All right. Wow, guys. Look at that spaghetti frittata. Boy, does that smell good. And it is definitely loaded with cheese. Loaded with smoked ham. Green and red bell peppers and onions. All those mushrooms. And all those nice tomatoes. That is just awesome smelling. You're going to love this. Just go ahead and make it this way is all I got to tell you. And we're going to serve it up right in this cast iron skillet because it's too pretty to try to get out of there. And it's about that thick, you know? So, there you go. Alright guys, I can't wait to get into this, but we're going to have to let it cool down. So, let's go ahead and have a taste test. Okay guys, here it is. Our delicious Italian spaghetti frittata with plenty of smoked ham, and that's definitely loaded with cheese. And all those green and red bell peppers and onions in there. Boy, is this going to taste good. I can't wait to get into a bite of this, but it is way too hot. We're going to have to let it cool down a bit, right? Okay, let's do that. Let it cool down a little bit, and we're going to serve it up here in this cast iron skillet because it'll keep it nice and warm for us, you know, when we bring it to the table. Now that does sound good. Alright guys, our delicious Italian spaghetti frittata has cooled down some, right? So let's go ahead and see if we can cut a nice slice out of there and have a taste test. So let's do that. Alright, let's get into a piece right here. And maybe over here. Okay, it's still way too hot, so I'm going to use a spatula and get under there. Let's see how we do. Alright, here we go. Can you see that, guys? That is huge, and it is steaming hot. Beautiful right there. Look at that frittata. That is just beautiful. Okay, let's put it down here where you can see it. And look at that crust. Can you see it? It's perfectly golden brown. Beautiful. Let's put that on top. Okay, let's put that right on a plate, just like this. Look at that, guys. That is beautiful looking right there. Unbelievable. Okay, guys, let's just go ahead and have a taste. Look at that, guys. That's going to taste really, really good. Alright, let's just go ahead and have a taste. Is that good? That is just plain delicious right there, guys. Just go ahead and make it this way, and you can serve 4 to 6 people with this. no problem whatsoever, and we did it all in one pan, right? That really does make sense, to have no pans to clean up, and you just bring this pan to the table and serve it up just like this. Now you can't beat this, guys. It really, really tastes good. Okay, let's put this back down here where you can see it. Look at that. My dinners always start out small and just keep on growing as I add ingredients, right? And look at all those mushrooms in there, bell peppers, green peppers, and onions. And it's loaded with ham, loaded with cheese, and loaded with eggs. Not to mention we have a 1/4 pound of spaghetti in there. All right, you know what'll go good with this, since we're having this for like a nice dinner for 6 people? Yep, a nice chilled, cold glass of red wine. Now, doesn't that sound good? It really does. Alright guys, if you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, I just have to have another little bite. Maybe we can pick it up now. Oh, is that hot? Okay, there she is. Look at that. Alright, let's have another bite. Mmm, is that good?